Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and we've had some leaks of the Jordan 37. So remember that shoe that Jason Tatum was wearing? And we were speculating maybe it was a Jason Tatum first signature shoe or maybe the Jordan 37. It turns out it's probably the Jordan 37, and I flamed it and everyone flamed it. You guys flamed it. I don't think I saw one good comment about those. It's pretty funny. But we have the tech specs. We do have a supposed release date, and we have some more like leaked images as well. But before we get into the Jordan 37, we also have some really cool other leaks as well, right? So first of all, we have the KD3 All-Star colorway that's supposed to release next year. And I've never played in the KD3. I haven't played in the KD1, 2, or 3. I've played in every single other one, like the KD4 through the KD 15 now, you know? But the KD3 I have not. And there were rumors that it was going to be a Protro, but Nice Kicks and all the other news outlets are saying they're just gonna retro it. And I did post this on Instagram. By the way, if you guys do want to follow me on Instagram or TikTok, Instagram is soulbrothers_IG, TikTok is the Soul Drop. But yeah, you guys said these are absolute bricks. So yeah, I mean, I don't think a lot of you guys liked it performance-wise, but they look dope. It has that old school look, of course, because it is an old school shoe. It's using synthetic materials, but I mean, you know, like in the Kobe 5, like the synthetic material is really thin, right? But in this shoe, it looks kind of thick and it looks very bulky, you know what I mean? Also, another thing I don't like about it is look at how not exposed the midsole is. I mean, it's hella cage, especially in the heel, in the forefoot. The only place it's exposed is like kind of in the midfoot area. But either way, it still looks great. This colorway is dope as well, so I am pretty excited about it. But it is unfortunate that the rumor is that they're not going to Protro this shoe. So there is the KD3. Next, we have the MB1, right? So I mean, yeah, of course the MB1 came out already, but it's the MB1 low, guys, and we have this UFO colorway. And this shoe is supposedly releasing June 16th on Puma.com, and I believe every other retailer is going to have it as well, like Foot Locker, Eastbay, and stuff like that, Finish Line. So hopefully it's readily available and most people can get it, because the MB1 is really difficult to get. You know what I mean? Like every single colorway sells out. But either way, the MB1 low in this colorway, the UFO colorway, looks great. It's like a mix of light gray and like a cool gray, and then the lining and also outsole is like a really light ice blue color, which is really cool. And yeah, I mean, do you guys want to see a review? Honestly though, the MB1, it's a mid-top, but it didn't have great ankle support. Like I still had really good ankle mobility, so I really don't see the point in making a low version. But I mean, if there is material over the ankle bone, I'd rather not have that material over the ankle bone, just in my personal opinion. So I would probably like the low a little bit better. But honestly, I mean, it's probably gonna be the same exact performance, right? But I am very excited about the MB1 low, so stay tuned for that. And also, another shoe that's already out, but I do like a lot, is the Puma Triple. Remember, it's the like budget shoe that Puma has to offer. It's going for 80 bucks, or the Puma Triple general release colorways are going for 80 bucks. This Dunkin' Donuts colorway is going for 90 bucks, so it's only $10 more, and this colorway is really cool. So it is available on Puma.com, I just checked, so I just want to let you guys know about that. And next, we have the Zoom GT Cut Dose, right? So of course, the first Zoom GT Cut was amazing. I wonder if they're gonna continue the GT line, right? The greater than line. They have 3 models, of course, the GT Run, the GT Cut, and the GT Jump, and they were all freaking expensive. I think they were all like 170, 180 bucks, right? Also, they all had really amazing tech. But yeah, I mean, the Zoom GT Cut, the original one, it's like the modern day Kobe. And also the GT Cut 2 looks very similar to a Kobe, you know what I mean? But are they coming back with a drop-in midsole, right? And you can see the foam midsole, and it's going throughout the entire length of the shoe, but it might also be a drop-in midsole, just because I can see that little like cutout in the midfoot area. And the cushion, like the foam, looks very, very low to the ground, right? So I'm guessing it's probably just like a lateral cage, and they might be coming back with a drop-in midsole. I mean, honestly, in my personal opinion, I like drop-in midsoles better. And I feel like most shoes, why don't they just give it a drop-in midsole, you know what I mean? You don't have to stitch in the strobe board, you don't have to like glue it in either. And when you're wearing the shoe, your foot is right on top of the foam. So you have nice underfoot cushion. Also, another thing that they can do with a drop-in midsole that they've always done in Kobe's is they have like a sidewall with that drop-in midsole, right? So that, of course, is going to be good for lateral containment, which you can't really do with a strobel board, you know? So there's a lot of reasons why I think a drop-in midsole is superior to just like a strobel board. But anyways, what do you guys think? Are they gonna keep it with a full-length zoom strobel unit with a drop-in midsole? I don't know, but this shoe looks great. We can see that the tongue is very large. They have a very large heel tab as well. There's like a rib material in the heel, and the swoosh is like an outline swoosh with the bottom of the swoosh like missing. So yeah, this shoe looks amazing, and I'm pretty damn excited about it. And last but not least, we have the Nike Air Max Scorpion. So this is the Flyknit version. And we have an upgraded full-length Air Max sole unit in this freaking shoe. I mean, look at how freaking high up off the ground it looks. It looks like it gives you at least 4 inches of height. So if you're like a short king and you want to be a little bit taller, maybe this shoe is the shoe to get. But imagine just how crazy the cushion is. Underfoot cushion is probably not going to be good because it looks like there's stiff plastic, right? But then there's probably going to be an insane amount of compression. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm definitely going to get it, of course. Am I excited about it? Probably not. I feel like it's going to feel exactly like Vapor Max, but with maybe a little bit more compression and like maybe a little bit more unstable because you're so high up off the ground. But anyways, there is the Air Max Scorpion. And now let's get on with the Jordan 37. So we do have tech specs, right? So let's go over the tech specs first. Shout out to Shuangho Weiyan and Sneaker Highway 23. Sorry, I'm not Chinese, so I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm Korean. But anyways, let's get started off with the Air Jordan 7 Fit, and they have the same exact like underlying material and padding as the Jordan 7 in the Jordan 37, which is pretty cool. Also, we had a heel clip. So I don't know why that's a tech spec, but all right. But this is pretty cool. So they have Formula 23 in the heel, it says. I'm not sure if it's full length. It just says in the heel, and it also says it's soft foam. And if you guys remember, the Luka 1 supposedly has full length Formula 23 foam. It's supposed to be nice. A Jordan brand did R&D and gave us a new foam. So hopefully it's nice, but it is hella freaking caged, which we'll get into, right? We have a carbon fiber shank, which is nice. I'm glad that they're bringing that back. Remember when Nike and with like Nike Elites, they used to have very nice materials, super good quality, and they just stopped doing it for the past like 4 or 5 years, I believe, you know? It's just plastic and like synthetic materials and meshes, which I don't really mind all too much. It feels nice on foot, but for quality, it's not the best. So I'm glad that they bring carbon fiber back into the shoe. And also, look at the cushioning setup, right? So we have Formula 23 in the heel, supposedly. Again, we don't know if it's full length Formula 23, but in the forefoot, it doesn't matter because you have double stacked zoom bags. So we have a 4-foot zoom strobel unit. It's probably the same exact zoom unit found in the Kyrie Infinity and the Zoom GT Run, which honestly for me is a little too much. You know, there's a lot of compression, and in my personal opinion, I feel like I like just the full-length zoom strobel unit better because there is articulation in the full-length zoom strobel units as opposed to, I mean, there is still articulation in the 4-foot zoom strobel units in like the Kyrie Infinity, but there's less, right? It also feels like it's a little bit thicker, so there's a little bit more compression. It feels a little bit more unstable for me personally when I'm playing like the Kyrie Infinities, right? And also feels like it's a little too much for me sometimes. Although the full-length zoom strobel unit also feels like a little too much for me sometimes too. But not only that, it also has another 4-foot zoom bag, right? And I'm guessing it's underneath. So it's double stacked, and that's a lot. You know, a zoom unit, an average zoom unit is around 8 to 10 millimeters, right? So if they're double stacking that, it's gonna be at around like 18 to 20 millimeters thick in the 4-foot. Just think about how much bounce and compression that has, right? So hopefully it's not too mushy feeling, and hopefully it's not too unstable, but it's gonna be insane, I'll tell you that much, right? Also, I wonder if they're gonna like actually double stack it where like the zoom units are on top of each other, or is it like a zoom strobel unit and then something in between that and then another zoom unit, right? And also, how big is the regular zoom unit? Of course, the 4-foot zoom strobel unit takes up the entire 4-foot, but I wonder how big the regular zoom unit is going to be underneath that. Is it going to be like the size of the PG3 zoom unit, or is it going to be the same size as the zoom strobel unit? We don't know, but I still feel like it's going to be insane. We also have an exoskeleton. Now that's what they're calling it. It's a support reinforcement, of course, and they're using a Leno weave upper, which is lightweight, strong, and see-through. So just like the Jordan 36, it has a very see-through material. Ventilation is absolutely insane. So I'm glad that they kept that. But I posted this on Instagram, and a lot of you guys didn't like it just because it's like a cheaper material. And I agree with you guys. You know, a lot of you guys also wanted to bring back like nicer materials like leather or like old school materials, especially since, you know, Jordans are usually expensive, like upwards of like 170, 180 bucks. So I definitely understand that. But honestly, for me personally, in like a modern day shoe, I don't mind Leno weave or like a mesh material or like a knit. So that's just my opinion. But yeah, let's get on to the actual shoes. So as far as the outsole goes, we have a little like kind of a very sharp angle of it. We can't see the entire outsole, but a lot of you guys said that it looks like the Zion 1 traction pattern, and I do agree with you guys. Also, it is decoupled, and we can see the carbon fiber midfoot shin plate, which is awesome. And now moving on to the cushioning setup, look at that, guys. So they're giving us nice Formula 23 foam. Apparently it's nice, and apparently it's soft, but how are we supposed to feel that it's soft if this cage is there? Look at how crazy that cage is. Like, holy crap. Hopefully it's not a super hard plastic, but I mean, I have my doubts. I mean, if they're gonna give us a nice foam, why cage it like this? You know what I mean? And in my personal opinion, this is just my opinion, right? And I keep saying this, I don't like caged heels just because, like, you don't need to cage it that much, right? It just give us a thinner cushion, overall midsole, right? Thinner midsole, and we can feel the compression from the actual cushion, and it'll be soft still, and it would be lower to the ground instead of making it super thick and having the cage, the cushioning setup, right? So hopefully it's not super clunky, right? So for example, so we got the Jordan 12s here, and I wear these casually sometimes, and they're kind of dirty, but I don't like playing in these because of how clunky they are. Look at this, and this is hella caged, and the foam is not even soft, and look at how edged this shape is, right? So it's super clunky when you're running down the court. It's like clunk in the heel, and then it's flat, and like it doesn't have any type of flex in the sole. So that's why I don't like that. And of course, it's just my opinion. I do know some people that like playing in the Jordan 12. Personally, for me, I don't like it, you know, because it's super clunky and it feels like a boot. So yeah, I'm pretty disappointed in the cage, but hopefully it's still like a softer type of cage. Like, for example, here in the Harden Volume 6, where like this cage is still there, but there's still a little bit of compression, right? So hopefully it's like that. And like I said, we don't know what the foam is. It just says Formula 23 foam in the heel. We don't know what the rest of this foam is in the forefoot and in the midfoot. And also, the Leno weave looks pretty cool, right? The tongue, it looks very similar to the Jordan 7 tongue, so I'm guessing that's what they used kind of like as inspiration. It also looks like an inner booty, and we have a very large heel tab, as you guys can see, and it looks like it has a good amount of foam, so it'll probably be easy to put on, and it looks like it'll be very cozy in the back of the heel. Also for the Leno weave, it actually looks even more open than the Jordan 36, right? But the Jordan 36 didn't have an underlying material. In the 37, it looks like there is an underlying material, and it's probably like a Leno weave, right? The Leno weave is on top of everything. And of course, we have that exoskeleton on the medial and lateral side of the shoe for extra support. But also, it looks like there is an underlying material that is connected to the tongue. You know, it's probably like a half booty construction tongue that goes underneath the Leno weave material. So it might not have as good ventilation as the Jordan 36. But you know, it still looks like it's really, really thin and minimal, which I like. And as far as the weight goes, it looks like it's gonna be a little bit heavier than the 36, right? Because of the cage. But hopefully it's not too much heavier. And yeah, we already saw the Jason Tatum on-foot pictures, and woo, this colorway is, yeah, I'm not liking it too much, but you know, hopefully when the actual official pictures come out, it looks better, and when I get in hand, hopefully it grows on me a little bit more, right? So as far as the weight goes, I mean, Jordans have been pretty light, you know, for the past couple of years. Like 36, the 36 low is extremely light, 11.82 ounces. The 34 also is extremely light, at 12.4, and that's like average weight. And then the 35 also, it's not super light, it's 12.98 ounces, 13 ounces, but it's nowhere near the 33. This shoe was like what, like 14 ounces, 15.98 ounces. And then also the 32 was quite heavy as well. So it's been like what, 14.57. So it's been up and down as far as weight goes, but for the past couple of years it's been light. And the Jordan 37 is probably going to be on the lighter side of things, and the material looks like it's going to be very, minimal as well. So tell us what you guys think of the Jordan 37 down in the comment section below. The tech looks absolutely insane. And also tell us what shoe you guys are excited about. We got the MB1 Low, we got the Zoom GT Cut 2, we got the Jordan 37 coming out, the Curry 4 Flotro as well. I mean, Curry's been playing in those in the playoffs, right? So those are coming out soon as well, hopefully. So anyways, that about concludes this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.